Why is it not getting desktop audio? What the fuck?
The summer theme once
Yeah.
again, right?
There we go.
That's cool. I like it. Looks pretty enough. On top of that, we will then have the Moonlit Ranger Artemis skin.
Ooh, that's a
What
sick
happened to
fucking
Tusky?
Artemis skin.
He's just a dude. I guess he's not a dude. He's a boar, but he's not really
Is
a
that
boar.
a boar?
I don't know.
That doesn't
It's
look like a
some
boar. It looks
monster
like an
creature.
alien.
It didn't look a boar. Not only
It's
that,
an
we
alien.
will also have what the hell name is
What
this?
up, Jokes?
Earl
What up, Cal?
Woobert Saint Kong Free Sun Wukong.
Yeah, you got that first try. Good job. That's it's another gentleman skin.
It's awful. The name is awful. The
No,
skin looks amazing.
That
but
name
the
is great.
Oh, please, I would like to purchase the Earl Woobert Saint Kong Free.
It's not like
Sun
they have to
Wukong.
type that in every time they want to purchase it. They just click the button.
I know, we could just make it simple. Sun Wukong and a Fez would have been better.
Nah.
Fez Sun Wukong.
Nah.
That would have worked. Next up is Dragonkin Skadi. Going to be available in this patch too. We'll have a look at the card out there. Ooh.
This has insane effects.
That looks
What
really
the
good.
I'm
hell?
so excited to like be in the back showing this off.
Okay, okay. Well,
Super
we'll see.
cool.
Well, we'll see if we get it right first of all.
I should get it right. Should all be there.
Not only that, we also
these
have
skins are looking
Dragon's
good.
Rage Kukulkan coming at you
All
too.
dragons.
Look at that one. So we got
Game
a
of
dragon
Thrones
theme
theme.
here quite clearly.
Yep, but this one's a little bit tied to something else that we'll be talking about later.
Well, I mean, the arena, obviously, clearly.
Yes.
The patch is called Corrupted Arena.
No,
we
look,
don't
it's
have to
still a
allude
secret.
anymore, Pom Pom.
It's still a secret.
Well, I just gave the game away. Not only that, we also have, yes, we teased it, we showed it. It's fabulous. It's Chiron, and he's fabulous.
Oh
This skin
my
has the
gosh.
full package. It has.
I beg your
the-
pardon?
It has the.
I beg your
effects,
pardon?
Too
it has
much.
The amazing voice pack. That was the worst choice of wording
Yes, it
I could have
was.
chosen.
Yes, it was.
Yes, everything.
And of course, we will also have some Sun Wukong mastery updates as well, I believe. So we'll be able to see those. I'm not sure if we've got the card. Oh, we do. They look
Yep.
nice. Look at that
Yep.
bushy tail.
We did the gentleman skin, so the master's got updated as well.
So that's all the skins. It's time to get on with the main part of the show now, which is going to be all to do with the balance section, first of all.
Yes.
A lot of balancing this week, Pon.
Yeah, there's a the aircraft is going to have to kind of work this one out. I think. I think there's going to be a lot of people trying to decide what the best build is now.
Okay.
Which is a little bit spoilers, but
Well, we'll start off straight away with miscellaneous
skins
changes
are
for you guys at
solid.
home, just so you all know them too. It's going to be triumphant chests, first of all. We've updated the descriptions to make it more clear what items are contained in each of these chests.
yep,
just so
there
you
was
know.
some confusion of people getting certain items, and we just want to make sure it was really clear what items were actually in that chest.
Next up is consumables. We fixed an issue where players with a full consumable inventory could purchase consumables while dead, resulting in the item disappearing and the player losing gold.
Yes, this was like you have that 3K pot.
These
you
are
have
literally
your
just
double
little
wards,
stupid
you're
bug.
Dead, you're like, I need a 3K pot now. You go to buy it without realizing you have a full inventory. Gets
You buy
consumed,
two.
and you just lose that 3K gold. That is fixed.
Yeah.
now.
And the final miscellaneous change this week is going to be for the ranked bank time. Yes, we had a bit of an issue with that, but it's been fixed now. Bank time is probably been
Decreased to
decreased to
60.
60 seconds, down from
Okay.
90 because of the
Yeah,
bank
the
time.
pre-planning phase to make
Yeah.
up for that addition.
Good times. On to gameplay
I
changes
do need a
next,
haircut.
and the gameplay
I
changes, we're
do.
going to start off with a
Get
bit
one
of love
today.
for Arena here, for all you Arena mains out there. We're going to increase the gold spooling. A few people have been asking for this pun, but it's going from 6 to 8.
Yeah, it was just a really bad feeling when you were a Scylla player and you had that like Rada Tahuti just finished and 5 tickets are left, and by the time you're walking out of the base, they all die. Then you don't even get to use that Rada Tahuti. So now you can actually finish your build with a little bit of time remaining, just to make sure that you can actually fight with that full item build, full power. So
Okay.
just more kind of fun using those like hyper late game mages and carries and stuff like that.
And the last gameplay change is going to be to Conquest. Small change here. It's going to be towards those mid-harpies that we did. Increase the experience of at the start of the mid-season patch, I should say. But we're going to revert that change, actually, and bring it back. The reduced XP and reward is going to go from 58 experience from each is going to be 55 instead.
Yes, what this essentially means is if you are a mid jungler in the mid lane, you share the first wave, and then you go to share a mid harpy camp, you won't hit level 2 anymore.
Right.
That was a change we made. We want to hit players hit level 2 as part of our overall adjustments for like Snowball and the mid-season conquest changes that we wanted to do. But it was just a bit too limiting on strategies. People felt like they couldn't actually start a little in certain places. They felt like they were kind of railroaded into a certain path they had to follow. We want to make sure that there's variety in starting options that players have, and so by removing this, players should have more options.
Okay, so there's a small little change to Conquest. Next up, though, is bug fixes.
That's
Bug
literally a
fixes.
reversion,
Sorry,
by
I'm
the
just
way.
getting notes now. There are so many notes today.
58
there's
back
a
to
lot- there's a lot of
55.
stuff to
That's
talk
what it was
Next up,
before
Bug
the
Fixes
last
Vampiric
patch.
Shroud, as you can see on the screen, fixed an issue where Vampiric Shroud would proc multiple times on certain abilities. No!
Yeah, if you were that third
I was
player,
abusing Jing 10.
yeah, don't do that.
Well, I mean, I can.
Well, you can for now, but it'll be gone later.
just this week only. That's all I've got time for. And on top of that, we've also done a bug fix for Shaman's Ring, Evolved Shaman's Ring. Fixed an issue where Ao Kuang's Wildstorm would gain the bonus damage early. Would it?
Oh,
It
so
gained the
Quang
bonus
was
damage
broken.
Before it had applied the effect. It was a bit strange in the interaction. So
Quang
we
was
just made it
literally
switch
broken.
everything else.
Cool. That's the bug fixes for
Okay.
items. God bug fixes, though. That's a different story. Arachne, Nightcrawler, fixed an issue where landing on unleashed monsters would not deal damage. Makes sense.
Yeah, if you like, you ulted, you're just escaping, like, oh, let's kill these back harpies. You leap on them and you deal no damage. That's fixed. It does damage. Other leaps deal damage when you land on the camp, even if you're out of leashing range at the start. This now it now works that way.
RTO next up, a general fix for her. Fix an issue where RTO could lose the ability to basic attack or cast abilities. So that means she was balanced at that point.
Yeah, when that happened, she was balanced. Heads up, we are nerfing her later in the patch.
No, we're not. Yeah, we are. We are. It was a joke. I just wanted to see. You should have left the heat there for a little while. We're going straight.
Nah,
for the
we're
patch
good.
now.
We're good.
Kukulin, next up on the list. He's going to get Event Anger, small bug fix here. Fixed an issue where this could tick and extra time.
An extra time, yeah.
Where this could take an extra time. Okay, and fix an issue where this ability may not benefit from physical power. Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
it was both
Okay.
it could benefit him and it could also
So
hurt
he was
him.
either
It's
getting
just
more
now
damage
consistent damage when it should be
or
consistent damage.
not getting enough.
After that, it's Raijin. Yeah, he still exists. Raijin, charge tempo. Fix an issue where the last ability cast would not receive the cooldown reduction.
Yep, and that was a pretty important part of his rework, so that he was getting this really
That's
consistent pressure.
literally it?
But the last
I would
ability he
pop it.
used
Thank
to
you for the
proc
sub,
that
brother.
wasn't benefiting from it, so now it would actually get the full 2 seconds off of it.
Now
What?
it's time to move on then to items changes. The big meat of the patch, the balance section. It's mainly items this week that get touched.
Yeah,
right?
so it's mainly items for a few reasons. Largely, we wanted to make a big item pass, and we impacted like, a specific item that has far-reaching effects. So we wanted to make
Thank
sure
you,
all the
Banner
items
Man.
are balanced around that change. And then because all the items around it changed, God balance is going to be a little bit strange from itemization and how all that shakes out. So you'd
House
rather
might has
make
always
the item
worked, Pon.
changes, see how that all pans out, and then make God and item adjustments as needed from there, rather than trying to preempt or preempt any of these changes. We
Okay.
did it for one specific character,
Yeah, just
and
one
we'll
that was
mention
shown.
it later. But in general, we wanted to focus on items this round, not gods.
So the first item
Interesting.
that's going to get a nerf this patch, first of all, is Iqval. Yes.
And this is the wide-reaching one.
This is the wide-reaching one. Iqval decreased attack speed from 30% to 25%, but not only that,
5%.
we've also decreased the passive physical power buff and debuff from
Oh,
10 physical
wow.
power per stack to 7 per stack. So that's what, 9 loss?
Yeah, it's a 9 loss over, so when you have it fully stacked, it's a 21 power swing in your favor, so that's 42 overall swing. So it's pretty significantly reduced.
Because it was a very effective item, it was very cost efficient for what it gave you.
Yeah, so Iqval
Damn.
is essentially... Hunters are all about synergizing stats together, and they want attack speed, power, pen, crit, strike, and this gave a huge amount of a whole bunch of them. And so not only was this good as a late game item, some people even kept it for a really long time as a 6 item rather than selling it, which isn't really where we want these tier 2 bridge items to be.
Sure.
But it also provided a huge early game benefit where if like the jungler came to gank you, you tried to box with the other hunter, they could trade with you, and if you didn't have it, you were at a huge disadvantage. So it was both really good early game and very good late game. We've adjusted the top end of the late game a little bit by reducing the attack speed, the boxing power, and late game is also being reduced by the passive. We still expect it to be a popular item, but it won't be this linchpin.
No, this is gonna not be
yeah.
core
So,
on
like, if you
everybody
want it for the
anymore.
early game boxing potential, you can still totally go it, but it won't be like the defining item of a hunter build.
So we mixed up a couple of extra things. Silver Branch Bow is the next one on this list, just so you know. Very, very similar to Iqval. Obviously, it's the same thing,
Same
but for the
thing.
magical side of things of the reduction. So this is going to get the very similar changes, if not the same changes. It's going to be 30%.
Slightly different.
Is it?
It's a little bit different in the debuff it applies.
Oh, okay, so it's decreased attack speed from 30% to 25%, and decreased physical power buff from 10 physical power to 7 physical power per stack.
Yes, but you're still shredding off that 15 power per hit that,
Right, okay.
that it was already doing. And that's mainly because we want to make sure that the power and the attack speed it was giving, which is the synergy stats for the overall hunter build, were reduced the same amount as Iqval, so you couldn't just go Silver Branch Bow. But we want to make sure the boxing power stayed intact for fighting magical ADCs. We've seen a pretty big rise in magical ADC success. We still want this to be a counter item to certain characters, so we're keeping that strength. We'll watch it closely. If it needs to be toned down, it can be toned down, but that's mainly why it didn't lose its power reduction debuff, why the physical one did.
Well, the next on the list is the one that AJ linked earlier on this week, Cursed Gauntlets, or Devour's Gauntlets. They're tying together. Cursed Gauntlets is going to come down in cost from 1,450 gold to 1,400.
Which should make you easier to start with. You
As
can
a
get 2
potential
potions.
tier 2. Okay, and then on top of that, Devour's Gauntlets, it's the changes for this. We're going to increase the physical power from 25 to 30.
Why are they putting
Also,
Devos
physical
back
power
on
per
hunters?
stack is changing. It was 0.4. It's going to be 0.5 per stack. But not
What
only
the
that, we're going to
fuck?
decrease the max stacks from 75 to 70.
Oh,
So this this would
Okay.
mean that completed Devour's Gauntlets would have a physical power from stacks from 30 to 35, but it would be a 1% loss in lifesteal from the stacks from 15% to 14%.
Yes.
But the other things
But it's
are
cheaper.
beneficial to
So
us.
it's a bit easier to build. It's a bit stronger early on. It's a bit stronger when fully stacked. I would
Easier
say
to get
that generally
stacked.
losing 1% lifesteal to gain that 10 power overall is a buff for this item, especially being easier to build.
This is fucking weird, dude.
This is mainly
These changes are like
Almost
not
Switch,
one
baby.
for certain
directional.
characters, but it
What's up,
really, really
Gunzy? Thank you
fell
for the
out of favor.
$10 sub.
As lifesteal
Welcome
became
back.
less valuable due to a change we made earlier on, where lifesteal couldn't, you couldn't hit for like 200 on a dead target and heal for that full amount back. It only heals you for the amount of damage you actually dealt to kill the target. And so lifesteal has really fallen back. So we're just giving this item a little bit of love, giving this item a little bit of more viability to start with. Especially now that Ichvil is a little bit changed, the overall power level of other hunter items have to kind of come up to address the fact that you're losing so much from Ichvil nerf. So this not only is coming up a little bit just for Ichvil being a little bit weaker, but it's also coming up a little bit more to make sure that it's a viable starter option for hunters.
So
They
a lot
literally
of
want
items in
Devo
the
as well
Hunter
as be
Duty
back.
Assy is the next one on the list. This could flex a little bit too to some of our roles. We've decreased the cost from 1750
Oh,
to
baby,
1700.
Mercury
And not only that,
buff.
We're increasing the physical lifesteal from 15.
Mercury buff,
Still keep the rest
baby.
of the stuff on it, obviously, like the
Let's
passive.
go.
It's just being brought
Not on
cheaper and
purpose,
better lifesteal.
but a
Well,
Mercury
it's
buff.
a 2-2
As long as
percent,
you're using the
it's
good
stacking
my
at
build.
700 gold all the rest
My
of them
build's
for
the
sure.
best
So
build,
that's just
especially
kinda
now.
nice, even
Let's
messaging across all of
go.
them. But then we're also increasing its strength because it's a little bit cheaper and the lifesteal. This is one thing that we saw a lot is people just really not valuing lifesteal a lot. Demon Blood being better already kind of helps that, but then this Aussie being a flex pick that you can pick up. If
Thank
you
you for
really
the 7
need
months,
lifesteal.
brother.
If someone's building a lot of
I'll
when
hype
the
you up.
backline warriors are diving, you need a little bit of health so you can actually stay alive before your guardians can peel for you. Or if you want to be sitting there and killing camps on your own and have that sustain or that box.
This is me hoping they don't see the Mercury buff
strong flex pick
from a
there.
distance.
Next up is Bloodforge. That's going to get a very small cost reduction of
Yeah, that's not shit.
2,850 gold down to 2,800. So
50 gold on
Yeah,
a
this is a minor
1700
adjustment,
gold
making it a bit
item
more
is
appealing. It's
insane.
overall
50
pretty
gold
strong,
on
but it
2800 gold
was
item,
very
not shit.
situational with usage. We're just bringing that cost down a little bit to address that like situational power.
Execution
build hasn't
is the next
changed,
on the list.
or the
It's
guide.
going to get a power buff. 30 power to 35 power is on the list.
Yeah, so I talked about this on
Okay.
Demon Gloves, but as Ichvil came down, since hunters are so synergistic, other items had to come up to kind
Dude,
of make up for that power loss.
Nemesis
Execution
Devo
gained proper powers that
gloves
kind of make
in
up
the
for that Ichvil power
Executioner.
loss and that Ichvil attack speed loss.
This is a lovely hunter pack.
With Devo gloves and a stone cutting.
Like I said, theory crafters
into
the build is
the
a
other
still a
one,
really, really
fucking
good
the
Hunter's
tanky
gonna
one, I
have
forget what
a
it's
sad on
called.
the face right now, and a couple of warriors are like, man, I'm not going to be as tanky and unkillable as I once was either.
Spoilers for warrior changes.
I'm sorry, the Deathbringer next up is going to be a cost reduction 3,000 gold for Deathbringer. The dream.
Yeah, so
They're
it's-
buffing Mercury! Let's
Yeah,
go,
you could. I
baby!
don't know why you would.
Genius.
I guess maybe.
Oh,
You
that's
got that
fucking
crit, yeah.
250 gold reduced cost on the build already.
So what's coming down to 200 gold?
Hey, Daddy.
Let's
so this is largely
go!
Also with lifesteal, crit was also.
They
not
don't
very
even know what
viable.
they're
A lot
doing.
of hunter builds were maybe flexing in one small crit item just for the extra DPS. synergy.
Holy
They weren't
shit.
Really committing to a full crit kind of build.
Mhm.
And Deathbringer is like the big linchpin for crit builds. And we nerfed it a few times. We also reduced the percentage that it gave bonus from 50% to 40%. And slowly over time, crit really faded out. We want to make sure that hunters have these viable build options.
What?
If they want to
Sure.
go lifesteal, if they want to go attack speed, if they want to go crit for big damage, making sure that there's items available for everyone to build so that they can actually succeed in building those items.
And talking about more
Merc's
crit,
back, I'm telling
Poison
you.
Star is the next one on the list. That's going to go increased critical strike chance from 15% to
Interesting.
20%.
Mhm. And so part of being able to build crit is having these situational items you can go to if the game changes around you. Because when you're committing to crit, you're committing really hard. So having these different options available to you, Poison Star is a utility option.
My
giving you the
desktop,
extra 20%
turn
crit
up
chance
your
to use
desktop
it so that
audio?
crit
No,
builds a little bit more
let me
consistent.
turn this up.
Well, I wish we would have done these the other way around so everyone's not panicking. But Titan's Bane is coming down in cost. It's
Desktop
gonna go
audio's
from
all the way up.
2300 to 2150, which is kind of like a revert to what we did at the start of the season. right? Or
It's
close
a
to it.
Mercury's
top
build
was,
just went down 400
2050 or
gold.
2050,
2050, I think.
My
100.
Mercury build is
Couldn't say that.
actually broken
I don't
now.
speak for a living.
Neither do I.
Anyways, it's kind of in between. Largely
What is
developed as a
happening?
pen option. We saw a lot of flat pen options like Brawler's Beat Stick. And it's also limited players' abilities to deal with really tanky characters. We've seen the rise of 2 warriors going in the solo lane in the jungle.
Yep.
Part of this is because it's really hard to shred off that much protections. And so making this a bit easier to build is helpful for that. The additional change is also towers are tankier now. It's really it's a lot harder to siege a Phoenix, a lot harder to siege a tier 2. Titan's Bane is like the best item.
This
in
is
the
actually
game to
buffing other people
kill
too,
those
but
things.
like I
And so
only
making
care
it a
about
bit more
Mercury.
attractive helps that.
Well, good news is if you are magical, you also have the same
Yes.
option here, just like Titan's Bane. Obsidian Shard is going to get the same thing happen to that. It's going to go from 2300 to whatever you said it was.
2150.
2150, there we go. Is going to be what the Obsidian Shard is. Very similar story.
Very similar story. Basically the exact same story.
Okay.
Bro, they probably
Also,
are
you'll
baiting
see
me. There's
slight
going to be a
other
Mercury
changes.
nerf at
We
the
got
end of all
a
these
lot of
buffs.
feedback saying that majors were a bit underwhelming.
Mercury can
they're
no
having a
longer
little bit of
crit.
lane,
It's going to be
due
the
like, amount of
fucking
people
nerf.
there.
Yeah.
And so making these items a bit cheaper for them help them kind of excel in their late game role, which is to be able to blow people up. We also have another targeted change that kind of affects them in the direct matchup against warriors, but we'll get to that.
Stone of Gaia is the next thing on this list to go through as we stare at Pond's face. Yeah, we go.
Yeah.
We should just leave it on Pond's face as I do this. Stone of Gaia,
No, please
we're
don't.
going to be changing the passive, at least one of the passives on this. It used to be the knock-up one that we're talking about here. It's going to be the new passive is if you are hit by a knock-up, knockback, pull, or grab, you will gain 10% of your maximum health over the next 10 seconds. This can only occur once every 90 seconds. Just so you guys at home know, you will still retain the ability to regenerate 2% of your maximum health every 5 seconds.
So you can get
But
knocked
the
up
old
now.
1 second immunity when you get hit by a pull and you don't get pulled anymore has been taken away.
Yes. So when we originally changed Stone of Gaia to add that passive, we were looking at the health tree as a whole, and we wanted it to be a high health item that had a really cool effect.
Sure.
All the other ones
Well,
had it.
Stone of
It
Gaia
only
is
had regeneration, which
outta
was its
here.
identity, but it only had regeneration, which didn't feel impactful. So we added that knock immunity, and as we made changes over time, that really limited certain gods that really heavily relied on it. Fenrir, Ares, Tyr, Jingtian. By building this item and it being very difficult to knock off, unlike a Magi's Blessing where someone can just throw a CC out and pop it off.
Yeah.
Well,
it
who would've
was
thought
just
the item
too hard to
everyone picked
remove,
up was
and
OP?
it limited their viability, and we don't want a single item to do that to a god pool. We don't want a single item to be able to remove a character from viability.
Especially with
So-
their ultimates.
Yeah, it's their ultimate. So this now doesn't directly stop that from happening. You'll be a bit tanky. You'll have the 400 health. You'll be regenerating. You're regenerating bonus if you get picked up by a Fenrir, but it's not that hard counter that it previously was.
Shifter's Shield is next on the list, and Shifter's Shield is going to take a bit of a nerf this match. It's going to have the
okay.
15
That
magical
item's done.
protections that were on it removed. But we also updated the item description to clarify that it gives 35 of both magical and physical protection. So you're still going to get the Shifter's Shield passive for the magical protection, but
Yes.
you're not getting
That's
base
if you're
magical
below
protection, is the big
50%.
difference here now.
Yeah, the item tree itself was physical power
just
and physical
remove
protections, and
magical
then once
protection.
you upgrade to shifters, it gave this passive that gave you bonus protections, but also got the 15 magical protection on it, which seemed a bit weird. And we were looking at that, and we were also looking at how warriors were being very tanky, they were doing really well, and mages were struggling a little bit. And so we were like, well, what if we just remove the protections from that?
Sure.
And so that now mages, especially because mages are very front up burst, they want to burst the characters at the start of the fight. They'll be bursting the warriors a bit harder because they'll have that less 15 protections, and then their hunter can come clean up when they're below 50%, when the warrior actually has that full protection back on them.
Okay, Gladiator's Shield is also on the list, and that's going to get a bit of a nerf too. Decreased physical protection from 45
Ooh,
to 35.
that's pretty good. Yeah,
So
that
10
that item was
This is
overtuned.
a very effective bridge item. As you can tell, we've done a lot to the bridge items. Aussie, Ichaival, Silver Branch, and now Gladiator Shield.
Yep.
It was just a bit too effective. 45 protections, 15 power. The cooldown reduction and the heal are very potent stats, especially on a warrior. They could build it really early, get very tanky very quickly. Because they have protection, they're self-healing. That's a lot of total effective health over the course of a game, especially for characters who could proc it really regularly. We like the playstyle that it encourages because it's this really cool poke, heal, sustain, fight playstyle. But it was just a bit too effective.
Okay, so that's been toned down a little bit. And then if you're an assassin, you might like this one a little bit. Heartseeker's getting a bit of a love once again. We've not seen it for a little while. Heartseeker is going to come down in gold by 100. It was 2,400. It's now
Remember when they nerfed it?
300. But not only that, we're going to increase the physical power from 25 to 30.
They're trying to bring Heartseeker back.
It was, when just looking at the whole katana tree, every item felt like they really had their purpose, but Heartseeker was a bit underwhelming. It was pretty strong when we first introduced it. We nerfed it a few times into its current state. We're bringing
it
it
got
up
nerfed
again a
into
little
the
bit
ground.
so that people, especially assassins who build a whole bunch of power, feel like they can buy this item and get more damage on their burst combo. And also, if you're a warrior and you want to just be really bursty, if you want your bird bombs to hurt like incredibly hard, build this item, but you're not going to be as tanky. And especially because
told Odin to build this item. Is that what
no,
you just
I'm
did?
not saying. I'm just saying it's fun.
You said build it on Odin.
Yeah, bird bomb someone for like all their health instead of like 80%.
It already does that anyway.
I mean, depends on what
feels
items you
like
build.
it.
But it's a fun item. It has a cool effect. It has a lot of build synergy options. It was just a bit underwhelming. We're bringing it up so that assassins and maybe even warriors who want to flex into a more aggressive role can build it.
Okay, so that's it for the item section. Only a couple of god balances this week, and some of these have been pretty much expected to come through, just so you all know. Nothing too crazy. Start things off with the A's. Artio is the first one on your screen, and you'll see that her Surge, her Maul Prey, her first ability for, you know, the switch up which you need.
Here comes all the
increased cooldown
nerfs.
From 10 seconds to 12 seconds for both these forms. Why?
So
So she's broke.
Artio does two things very well. She stays in a fight by being very healthy, and she applies constant pressure for a very long period of time because she can constantly switch. She has 6 abilities. She almost always has one up to use at you, especially if she has some CDR. By increasing the cooldown, both her ability to sustain in a fight through her 1 on the Druid stance and her ability to deal damage during a fight on the Bear stance are limited a little bit more.
Okay. Not only that, though, don't worry, that wasn't the only change, but we're not overdoing it, as everyone seems to think we are. Entangling Vines, the
There's a bit of
ferocious
salt
roar.
there.
Huh?
There's a bit of salt there.
It always. You have to have a little bit of salt in the Patch Now show. Entangling Vines will now only go on cooldown once the duration finishes, rather than immediately going on cooldown. Hey! But not
Yep.
only that, in bear form, we've decreased the ferocious roar protection buff. It used to be 10 to 50, is now going to be 10 to 30. So protection reduction overall, as well as this cripple field is not going to be infinite.
Yes, so
That's
again, with
good.
the previous thing,
Solid
she
nerf.
stays in the fight very well by healing herself, and she does a lot while she's in the fight. Being able to exert that cripple field over the fight multiple times very quickly was a bit frustrating to play against, especially if you were a character that relied on dashing or mobility skills. So now the window of opportunity for her to use that is lessened, as well as she's just going to get less protection in the fight, especially when she goes to stun someone and engage, so she'll be a bit easier to kill as well.
Next up is Camazot. He's going to get a bit of a nerf to his ultimate here in the early stages. We're going to decrease the damage per swoop from 140, scaling to 300, going up to 300, I should say. And it's going
Damn.
to change to 120 to 300. So it's early game nerfs.
Damn,
but
they
late game's
nerfed
still
his
the
early game on the
Yeah, late game's still the
ultimate?
same,
That's
early game
actually a
nerfs.
lot of damage.
Largely, he was good at both stages of the game. His early game was very powerful. 'cause
That
he
adds
had a lot
up
of high
really
damage
quickly.
skills.
Sure.
And then when he ulted, it was very hard to answer back. He basically just ate all his damage, and his damage was really high. So we're toning that back down so that when he ganks you, you have a little bit more opportunity to live and survive, and maybe juke at 1 or 2 shots or use an ability to avoid a shot and live through that versus just eating all the shots. But late game, we want to keep him the same, so we're just toning down one part of his kit so he's not nearly as good at like both stages of the game. And largely the frustration came from I'm mid lane mage or I'm a jungler, I'm fighting him, and then he just ults and he has a huge swing in his favor. So it's plus.
Okay. Second to last one.
Finally,
Freya
a year.
is on the list. Would you believe it?
They're nerfing her.
We're going to be changing her base attack speed back to where it once was. It was 1.0.
Yep.
We changed it to. We're going to put it back down to 0.95. But not only that, we're also going to look at pulse. We're going to decrease the pulse.
Damn, they just
30 to
completely
70.
reverted
We're
everything.
now going to drop that to 25 to 65.
Yes. So we did a few things to Freya. Mainly, she was really low when we first started talking about the community. Thought she was really weak. Our stats also showed she was very weak. The reason she got so many buffs was because of that poor stat, like where she was.
Sure.
We buffed
Now
her
she's OP.
in itemization and base kit, and that caused her to skyrocket really high up. So
Can you just let the community know how high up she went, by the way?
let's just
you
say
can.
let's just say it's like top 5, like easy. So she went from bottom to top. We overdid it, especially as a hyperscaling mage. It's very easy for like a slight adjustment to do have massive implications. So overall, though, we're toning back down the base attack speed she got because that gave her an extra shot in the early game.
Sure.
And then we're also toning down the pulse base damage so that she's not clearing as heavily as she was. But her itemization is still intact. Demonic Grip is still a very powerful item on her. Hasten Ring is much better now. It's still a very good way for her to chase down targets. So she should now fall in the middle spot, hopefully. But as a hyperscaling hyper carry mage, it's always a little bit iffy. But this should put her in a much better space.
But we'll keep an eye on it as well, obviously.
Freya's
Going forward, if
getting
it
the
does
dick
start
right
toning
now.
down or bigging up again, we'll look into it. For
Yes.
sure. And finally, last but not least, a bit of a preemptive one with this one, with Rama. Because of all the Hunter item changes, we're going to just do a slight little touch to his Astral Strike here. We're going to decrease the bonus damage. It was 15 to 55. It's going to come down to 10 to 50 instead.
What?
So it's 5 up for all ranks, basically, Pompon. Why are we doing
Yes.
this?
They just don't
we
want
expect
Devos
two
to
things.
buff
One, the itemization
Rama into the
changes that we made
fucking-
for him. Rom will benefit pretty heavily from
Yeah.
these kind of more heavier crit builds. He already has an attack speed stirred in his kit. His ability to clear really early and get that stacks really, or those. Stacks
They haven't done
quickly
this before, I
potentially
don't
could put
think.
Rom a little bit higher than other hunters.
Preemptively
as well
nerf the
as
god?
There was specific feedback that we had that his ability to clear the early camps, especially with Astral Strike being able to pierce through everything, was a bit too fast. So we're preemptively nerfing that down, as well as preemptively nerfing him for the itemization upgrades that he's getting.
Gotcha.
So we're going to watch him, and this is with all hunters. You notice that he's the only one being touched because we had like a secondary reason.
Yeah.
All hunters are going to have to figure out what their builds are now. All hunters are going to have to figure out what's good, what's bad. Some hunters are going to move up more than others. Some hunters are going to move down more than others.
I mean, this
We
really
wanna
feels
watch-
like it's going to be all
Yeah.
attack-based ones that could rise here.
Yeah.
The ability ones are probably going to stay where they were.
It'll be interesting to see how that actually pans out.
Okay.
So we're going to watch it very closely. We'll make adjustments as needed for both items and hunters due to all these changes. But we didn't want to go too heavily in adjusting them because then we don't know if the adjustment we made to them was too much or if the itemization is too much.
Well, That's the patch.
Yeah, that's it.
That's at least
That's
the
it?
balance section, but it's not over just yet because we've still got plenty more to bring.
Oh,
there's
the
so
new
many more
game mode.
sections.
First up, Corrupted Arena. I wonder what that could mean. Well, we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me on the desk?
Got you, man.
Cool.
I
I'm
can
just
hear
making
you.
sure that's up
Absolutely.
because I've just had a couple of issues with my mic, it seems, in the patch notes so far. Corrupted Arena. There's holes in the arena map, Travis.
Yes.
Why would you
Bro.
do such a thing?
Well, this is
It
a
went
new
from one of the
adventure,
best
so we
PvE
thought that we would, take a lighter tone on this
non-fucking
one,
MMO game modes
look
I've
at,
ever
what we
played.
could do with existing maps. So we looked at Arena.
To that.
And
Okay.
we thought, what better way to change Arena than to actually alter the map space that you're playing in. So, as you can see, you start where there's holes in the arena and you can throw people into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it still plays like Arena, but there's some added features in it, basically.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So the best thing to first of all go over to is, from what I understand, Matt, you're in help with, in charge of all the map design and things like that. This map evolves as we play, I believe, is what I've heard. Is that actually more holes develop and things happen with the map as time goes on.
Yeah, so as you play the screen in the game mode, there are a couple spots on the arena map where you'll see like cracks in the ground.
Yeah.
And at some point in the match, that area could change.
Really?
Whether it be a hole that develops or something just drops from the sky like you saw in the video.
Yeah.
Things like that can happen all around the map.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So with that as well, Clumsy. I mean, I'm looking at this, Clumsy, as well, and you played a little bit of the playtest of this. How does this
Yeah.
actually end up playing out?
So I was watching the video there, and that's I think some footage from the playtest as well. And I was just smiling the entire time because there's a lot of holes that are already in the arena. There's ones that develop. There's all sorts of meteors that are falling. I don't want to go too much into it because it's something that's a little bit more randomized, this arena experience, and you want to feel it for yourself. So you want to take characters and
Yeah,
gods
so it's
that,
gonna be
could push
troll,
and
so it's gonna be
utilize
a
those
little
areas and,
fun.
those areas and the holes. It's just a bunch of fun.
And you're an arena main yourself, aren't you?
Yeah,
so
I'm totally an
so
arena
now this
main.
kind of mixes
I
up
just
the
go home
meta
and
a
play
little
arena
bit.
all day.
I heard as much.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'll play with you.
I know
I
you
mean,
want to swear at me, but it's tough. Like,
have you tried?
it's my show.
That's not the only thing.
So back to the map a little bit more. Sorry, back to the actual game mode itself. Now, obviously, with it being an
All right.
adventure here, Travis, as well, we
It
always
could be
end up
fun.
having some sort of
It
like
could be
a
fun.
buy-in option
Look
that
kinda
can get you some
dumb,
bonus stuff
but
and
it could be
things.
fun.
I heard something about shards that you earn by playing this mode.
Yes, that's correct. So in this mode, what we're going to do is
More pay to win.
as you play arena, you will get points for the amount of time you spend inside the arena, and then you'll get some bonus points for winning the arena.
Okay.
So outside of the match, you get to use those points to purchase unlocks through different lost treasures from the Mayan reward section in the progress screen. I think we might have that image. I don't know if
I
we
don't
can
know.
pull that up.
We'll see if production get that ready for us, but talking
Okay.
about it a little bit more with the shard thing.
Yeah.
So you earn shards by playing the game and just playing the game modes.
Yes,
and
that's
then
correct.
you use those shards to purchase potential things that are available, right?
Yeah, so there's 3 sets of basically like a chest.
Okay.
And each one of those chests has 8 items in each one of them. And as you earn points, you can use those points to roll in each one of those things. As you complete them, there's 24 total, and you can gain them all to get a completion bonus, which is an awesome chest. Now, inside of those chests, there's some really exciting rewards,
Okay.
including Ragnatosker. Oh, we have the screen now.
Oh, there we go. Awesome.
There we go.
So as you
Okay.
can see on the right side, you can see
Super
everything
River
that's in the
Soul,
tormented
Ganesh,
treasure.
Daphne.
And so you can
Sure.
see those 3 are the top 3. I think are the tier 1 skins.
Don't I have
a
all that
couple
shit?
of other things down there. And as you gain points and you spend on the tormented case, you get those one of those rewards, and as you complete them, you get the bonus.
Now you can see
What's in-
on the
what's
left
in the
hand side there
corrupted?
as well is the little actual package that you can buy for the adventure bundle.
That's correct.
Which will get you the Kukulkan Dragon's Rage skin, which we showed earlier on, and we'll show it in game. later.
900
But it
gems.
gives you 2,500 FP, but not only that, 2 times
Oh my
earned shards, so
God.
you can actually unlock these quicker because of that.
Yes, that's right. We're looking at a concept screen.
Sure.
But yes, basically you get 2,500 shards for
Oh, it's arena
when
points, not FP.
When you
My bad.
purchase the bundle, that's okay. When you purchase the bundle, you will get an ejection of 2,500 shards, and then you'll also earn twice as many shards while you play the game.
Oh, that's cool. So you can immediately use those shards that you've just got from unlocking the bundle to immediately buy stuff.
That's right. That's
Cool.
right. And then we also wanted to include an option that if you didn't want to purchase into the bundle, but you still found yourself wanting to earn some of those rewards, we do also offer 2,500 shards for, I think, 200 gems is what we're going to go with.
Okay, so you don't have the time to go for and grind out for all these skins and things. You can just
Exactly.
buy the shards for gems.
That's right.
You just
And in
spend
that
your
corrupted
money.
case, like I said, there's 3 exclusive tier 3 skins in there. And so for 200 gems, you're basically getting something that costs 600 at the time. And so it's a really good deal if you only did that. But, you know, playing the game mode, if you're going to play the game mode, it's obviously best to just pick up the bundle and earn points twice as fast.
And then on top of that, just so you know as well, when you do pick up the bundle, you'll get the gold key. If you're part of the adventures that have been going on a long time, you'll get access to the gold key. And we'll be adding in Scotty. That's Scotty
Yes.
Dragonkin
A
one.
very
who's
cool
actually
skin.
part
I heard she
of
looks really good.
the vault
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
That's
she
really
does.
cool. So what's the main aim? I mean, overall with this as well, Matt, I'm looking at the idea of the map and things. I don't want to count the show too much in game right now, but how long do the games last? Do they last the same length of time sort of thing?
Yeah,
or?
generally they last about the same length. You actually don't realize that the game is going on because there's so many events happening
Yeah.
that the match is over before you even thought, hey, I'm going to do this. So, yeah, generally they're about the
Okay.
same. And they're also on a separate queue just for everyone out there who's queuing
Oh,
for this.
so Noble Arena still exists.
yeah,
yes.
don't queue for
Yes.
Normal Arena.
That's
It's
really
for
important.
this arena. We have a
Whoa.
separate queue for this.
I mean,
I was
Yeah.
ready for the backlash there. I told you.
I know,
I'd
yeah.
been in trouble.
Yeah, we
we
were afraid
thought
to
about that.
change the base game mode, so
Yeah.
we wanted to put
So
in.
clumsy God selection obviously changes in this. Have you seen any fancy fun things? that
Oh
we
yeah,
weren't
there's a lot of
expecting?
fun. I think one of the
Who's
important
OP?
ones. Who's OP? I mean, everyone's OP in their own way, right? But
I mean,
you have-
obviously you want to
Nox.
displacer. If you're not throwing someone in the hole,
Exactly.
you're doing
Fuck
it
the
wrong.
holes.
as we saw in the video,
Nox.
this like Fenrir, you can ulti and you actually can take people to the holes.
You
drop
silence
your
root
ulti,
somebody
you can
right
go
outside the
Hercules, you
hole,
can go
your teammate
Kuzenbo.
pushes them in.
I think one of my favorites is
Over.
on her as well because he's got one of the only range displacement abilities, and I think Tyr as well, just blinking in, going in there with your Lawbringer, and just forcing people right into the hole as well. You got to be careful that you don't go along with them, which is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
important.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the Ares ult jump into the hole.
yeah.
and everyone with-
Just take people
I
with
would
you.
suicide
Because I mean,
every day.
it's fun,
To be fair,
right?
Cousin Bo's going to do that all the time.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
people in the hole with himself. I believe I saw F.dot playtest once and just kept running in going, I'm the best. it was
Yeah.
good times.
Now there are some gods are banned.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, is there any things not available?
Yeah, well, Kokokin because he's trapped.
He's in
You have to
charge.
free
It's
him.
kind of like the Nike game mode.
Right.
Nike being in charge?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then like anyone with a pet, generally, so we've got
They do some funky
Chunga,
stuff.
Erlang Shen, Scotty.
Oh, because they
Even
can't.
Chunga, the
They'll
poor bunny.
fuck up
I know,
on the
Bunny
holes.
puts
But
out?
yeah, if you
Okay.
throw her and the bunny go in there, the bunny
just
may not
never
ever
comes
return.
back.
Killing bunnies has
Yeah.
always been a
They're nerfed on a guy because of the adventure.
Bunny is really cool.
You're probably right.
And then we also have some new new banned items. So obviously the fun of this game mode is to throw people in holes. And Magi's blessing doesn't let
That's
you do that.
anti-fun.
Rest in
So
peace, that's true.
No bees.
That's true.
we're
No
gonna remove that.
bees.
And then unfortunately we banned Stone
Well,
of
you-
Gaia,
you
but I
guys are
didn't know about
planned.
the patch.
It's fine. You guys. So this shows that some of the departments they plan ahead of time. You guys have banned Stone of Gaia, but then we've just changed
Right.
it. But it's still out of the game
Yes.
So
anyway.
we
It's
might, we might
still
bring
not-
it back. We might not.
Yeah.
We'll work that one out. This looks great though. Is there anything we've not touched on to do with it that we should be looking
Where's
at?
the take out bees?
Well, there is one other thing. This is the fourth adventure?
Is it the fourth?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be
Is it
having.
four already?
It's
Yeah.
been 4.
Holy
We'll be
moly.
having one more adventure coming towards the end of the year.
Okay.
It's gonna be really exciting. It's kind of why we went light on this one because this next one is gonna be pretty epic.
I trust you,
Yeah.
Travis. Too. Like,
It's pretty sweet.
to be fair, Travis, when you say something's good, I'm like, okay, maybe it is.
It's
so.
going to be pretty exciting, and that will be the final one.
Okay.
And something that I wanted to touch on here and put in some of the descriptions in the game is that if you owned all 5 of the bundles, then you will get the bonus key at the end.
Right,
So
okay.
that way, if anyone is like someone that just want to collect everything, they will have an option to
That's awesome.
get that if they've already purchased into the bundle.
So if there's one that you guys were waiting on at home and you don't, you were trying to wait for the next
Yeah, the
adventure,
gold
you will
skins.
at least be able to get that if you've already unlocked all the bundles before. That's cool. Gentlemen, absolute pleasure as always. I look forward to seeing how the Corrupted
Okay.
Arena goes on. That's fantastic work. I'm just checking what's next on my list. Next on my list is I don't know. Community! That was it! The community guys are standing by. I forgot who it was. It's David and Zach standing by in the community team right now to have a quick chat with me. Guys, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. How you both doing?
We're doing okay. Yeah, we're doing really good.
Cool. Well, you guys have got a couple of updates for me as well, I believe. David, we've got some special favor thing going on this weekend?
That's right. This weekend is 2x favors, so you can earn a bunch of triumphant chest unlocks, and everyone can be a big-headed baby. It'd be great.
Hey,
babies for everybody.
I like that. I wonder if you got that on for the Chiron. I wonder. I heard you were involved in the making of that voice pack as well, David. Is that true?
Yeah, Tina actually let me sit in on the recording session, and I helped pepper in some homosexual memes into his voice pack.
You and Tina basically made a voice pack together?
Yeah, it's
This-
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to listening to this one, I'll tell you that much. And Zach, alongside that, what else we got going on?
We still have the community skins on sale for 50% off. So that's the Midnight Dove Owelish and the Fallen Lord Kronos from last year.
50% off. Okay. Well, we'll touch on those a little bit later on as well. Zach, is this the last time we're going to see you on screen?
Fucked
now
up my
too?
camera.
This is unfortunately the last
Thank God
time.
for that.
Oh my God, Hindu, no. This is the first
I'm
time we've
sorry.
actually been together-ish on a cast.
Intentional. I wanted to give you a good send-off. That's why.
Is that it? I
Yeah.
thought you just didn't want to roast me. You know?
No, it's an intro and an outro in one, you know?
Yeah.
I get to say hello to you for the first time and goodbye to you for the first time.
Yeah. So if you guys want to kind of follow me, I'm really thankful to Hi-Res for everything, the opportunities they gave me, and I'm still going to be doing my Retake SPL, which is my esports show. So if you want to follow that, I'll still be doing that on Wednesdays, and really interested to see where the opportunities take me after this.
Okay, well, congratulations. Good luck in the rest of your career and stuff. Shame production
Wait.
didn't get a sellout lower third for you, so we could all just witness
He's
that.
already
But
done
you
in
guys, thanks
Hi-Res?
so much. Hopefully, if you want to tweet at them, you
Wasn't
can
he only
go
there
ahead
for
and
like 3
do so.
weeks?
David, Zach, thanks very much. But it's time to come straight back to the desk because I've got three
the
other
fuck?
wonderful guests joining me this week, and two who haven't been on the desk before, Savi and Isaiah.
Hey.
Isaiah, you work in the console community team,
Yes, I
correct?
work on the console team as a QA analyst.
Oh, so you're the main guy that fixes all the issues the guys have.
Try to.
And Savvy, you're the punching bag for all the issues.
I am. I'm the one that they scream at when stuff goes wrong.
Now, the reason these two are joining us on the desk today alongside AJ is to go through project. I'm not going to say hello again. Well, you're here all day.
Oh, yeah.
You're here all the time. Hey, AJ's back.
Thanks, Cindy, for introducing
It's
me.
okay.
I really
Welcome to
appreciate
be sitting
that.
next to me, by the way.
It's good to be back. Thank
It's
you.
the first time ever. Project Olympus is what we're going to be talking about next. And we did mention about Project Olympus. There's going to be over a couple of patches. We're going to be updating things. And this one, guys, is all about console.
Yeah.
Who gave you
Yes,
your
we
big
have
ass
another
forehead?
special treat.
Your mom
We
or
do.
your
It's a
dad?
pretty big treat.
Well,
Yeah.
let's start off at the top with, I guess, AJ, your big special treat.
New Smite Game website. This is something we've been working on for
the way you
a
said that,
really
new
long
Smite Game
time.
website.
Yes, this is something we've been working on for a while. This is something the community's been asking for a long time. So here you go. On SmiteGame.com, you're going to see a complete visual overhaul.
Okay.
It looks very different, really nice.
I've not seen it
much
yet,
more
so-
modern. All new updated information
Fuck up
about
my
gods
camera,
and
dude.
items. Even a really cool item builder tool on there.
Oh,
so
really?
go get on there and check it out. And the patch notes today will be posted on the new website. That'll be
Yes.
up and
Yes.
running today. So be ready to see it.
So set out smitegame.com and have a look at the new website when that comes out. Isaiah, first thing to mention on the Project Olympus changes as well is we were talking about this, it's been mentioned, but new controller options are now going to be available.
We've got 3 new, very exciting controller options coming
Why
out.
does it matter? Use
The
Savage.
first one is going to be the ultimate toggle use on the shoulder buttons. So if you're playing on Xbox, RB, LB, PS4, R1, L1, so it's going to be an option to let you turn off that ultimate usage. One thing that's been in Smite since the release on console that some people may not know about, if you're on the Savage or Lefty control scheme, if you press both shoulder buttons at the same time, it's actually going to trigger your ultimate. Some people like that a lot, and then some people are like, I don't like this, I'm always using my ultimate.
But now
so
you
we're
have
giving
the option.
Exactly.
Oh,
so, yeah, we're gonna
everyone
let players
should-
turn this off. They don't like it. If you do
should
like
have
it,
that on.
just keep it on, and it's going to work the same.
So when
should
you
have
don't
that
lose
on.
anything, but you gain options.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. What's the other one then? Is it aim acceleration? I heard?
Yes. So the other one is kind of a 2-in-1. We're giving players the option to kind of fine-tune their sensitivity.
That's cool.
So if you are playing on console, we're going to give you an option to configure your thumbstick dead zones and aim acceleration. This is going to be especially useful because the nature of Smite, since it's third person, it's all about hitting skill shots,
Yep.
Oh,
turning
yeah.
very quick,
Yep.
and we want to give players on console an option to kind of find that sweet spot.
And fair credit to those console kids because some of those are
Controller
really
dead
difficult on
zones?
console
What
with
the
these
fuck does
sensitivity
that mean?
abilities,
We got to
yeah.
keep up with the pace.
Watching SEL, some of those players, man, they do some crazy stuff.
Crazy. If you did realize how difficult that was. But Savvy, not just controller options, is it?
No.
We've also going to have some player stats on it.
That's right. So now coming to console, when players are in game, you'll be able to you'll be able to see certain stats on your HUD while
Okay.
in game. So you'll be able to see things like movement speed, attack speed, any item you have equipped in how
Bro,
it
I don't
helps
want to
your build,
roast
it'll
her.
be
Right.
there
Like,
on
I
your
really
HUD
don't
You're
want
gonna
to
be
be.
able to see the
But is
benefits
she
of
not
your item
fucking
build in no
orange?
time without having to open up the store.
Or is that just my monitor
And then
color?
not just that, we've also got
Or the
some
lighting.
improvements as well.
It might be the
Yeah,
lighting.
this is a
Hinderman
big
is
one.
also
we wanted
orange.
to find a way for
Unless he's
console
wearing
players
makeup.
because communication is kind of limited on console.
Sure.
We've
Yes.
wanted to find a way to kind of help players connect and play together. So in the end of match lobby, we're going to add 3 options. The first one is going to be you choose a player that you like. Maybe they carried you in game. You're going to be able to invite that player to your party.
Friendship.
Exactly.
That's
You're
annoying.
going to be able to invite a player into your clan, or you're also going to be able
That's
to
annoying.
invite a player. You view their profile, so you can add them as a friend
yes.
on console right from the end of match lobby.
That's not a
Sometimes
bad
you
thing.
weren't able to do that before, and you'd have to go and manually search them up and
Exactly.
try and
Yeah,
find
you
them
kind of
again.
have
It
to
was
fumble
messy.
through the menus. It's going to be all in the end of match lobby.
Yeah,
That's really
super
cool.
You don't have
easy.
to leave the game anymore.
Exactly.
Which is
That's
really nice.
Really cool. Not only
Yeah.
that, still going on Project Olympus, we've also got the point value to God leaderboard for console is coming. We've got it on PC already, Savvy,
Yep,
right?
that's right.
We're doing
So-
it the same thing for console.
Yep, easy peasy. Just porting that feature to console with 415.
And what is that just for the console players out there that are not sure what it means?
It's basically a visual representation of your progress on the leaderboard.
Okay.
So you'll get points for wins, and you'll deduct points from your leaderboard status for losing. So.
And then finally, on the Project Olympus section, which is quite big this week, I'd say, is the PC UI memory improvements, AJ.
Yeah, so this was an issue
This for
that
PC.
Certain PC players would notice on a little lower end machines if you're playing on low settings with a lot of the UI textures. They would have some issues loading. Sometimes they would look strange, maybe even slow down your performance. So we did a whole overhaul on that. It should be nice and smooth and looking good now.
Awesome. So that's all the change for Olympus. That's pretty good stuff.
Lots
Yeah.
of stuff, especially for console.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really
Gotta
good,
look out
really
for
good.
console
design for
Shout out
console
to all
stuff.
my thumbstick warriors on console.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get Isaiah back in the future because you did a good job today.
that a
I
thing?
appreciate it.
Well spoken,
Thanks
young
for
man.
having me on.
I've been
Congratulations.
sending
Is
tweets this way
thumbstick
whenever I
warrior
can.
like
yeah,
a
keep
thing
tweeting
people
Isaiah.
say?
He always likes to help out. But that's it for the Olympus section. We've still got more things to show you. But before we
Learn
get on to
something
the
new every
skins
day,
right
man.
now, have a look at one of the new contestants we're about to release on the caster.
Oh, it's
I'm
a
Ron
gas-
Robert. I'm John Osment, John Robert Osment. And I don't know if people know this, but when it comes to Ron Jobert, the name, it was really hard to come up with because you take John Robert, then it's like a spoonerism. You have to flip the R and the J. It's Ron Jobert.
That's fantastic.
That took me $7,000 to get in real life, because of royalties. I'm not even sure I'm allowed to say it on camera. I started with Smite because I played beta. The first god that I remember being in Smite, being new, was Ram. My friend and I played together, and all we would play was Match of the Day. And we started playing because we saw these, I think it was YouTube videos, like Achievement Hunter or Rooster Teeth in general. They love playing Smite and doing the videos and that kind of thing. And I started playing it, and I love playing Loki, and just being one of those guys is Loki in Arena is actually sick. This is nuts.
Well, there you have it. A little look at Ron Jobert. I showed up my mother-in-law a picture of Ron Jobert. You know what she said?
What?
What?
He looks like a Volkswagen with the doors left open.
I don't really get it, but okay.
Oh, you will. You will, eventually. But I was like, yeah, kind of does. Kind of does. Now, judges in the desk, we've replaced Isaiah with Chuck, the legendary Chuck, who's sitting miles away from me today. How you doing, Chuck?
I know, it's weird. I'm on the end of the desk.
I'm
you're
sorry.
over there.
I got this new
It's real
position right here.
confusing now.
Generally, what
More
it is
important next to
you
Hindu.
put the most important people on the outsides, and then it moves in, That's the main thing.
I don't know where he got this logic.
It's just because it was easier to
He's
switch
on
to the end.
outside.
Anyway, it's because, yes, exactly. It's because I'm on the outside. Skin time, boys and girls. It's skin time. Won't you show some skins of
Good set
mine?
today.
Noble Esports skin is the first one on the list. We saw the card out earlier on. We can see it again. He looks mighty.
I don't know how you don't shout out to the sunglasses at the first.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
first
didn't.
call out. I
To
mean,
be fair,
those
I just see the
are
shirt.
dope.
I see the Noble shirt, and the Noble shirt looks awesome. So after seeing that, I didn't even notice the shades on top of it.
I mean,
And we also continued our esports trend of making sure the rest of the outfit synergizes with
pretty
the
cool.
shirt.
Hell yeah, because in the old days we just kind of threw a t-shirt on things, right?
It's true, and then you ended up with on her who's got a shirt and no pants, and you're just
He's Catman.
Like what?
Yeah, I can see the gold and black trim on the robes to go a little better with the
Yes.
noble color scheme, and yeah, it looks really good.
And I'm guessing that's going to be part of the chest, one of the esports chests for that team as well. I'm guessing more than
Usually
likely with
a
a skin.
bundle.
Yeah, it's a little bundle thing that you get where you get that and skin. Sorry, not chest. I don't know why I said chest. I just got the whole community panicking.
Yeah,
now.
careful,
The
careful.
bundle. I know. Whoops, I'm having a couple of mistakes today. But that's it. Nice little look at the Zeus one. It's time to move on to Sun-Kissed Amaterasu, where we can go in game and see this one.
This is Summer
very
of
summery.
Smite.
Yes.
Yep. So it's
Summer.
Summer of Smite time.
I love the sunflowers in her hair. This is so pretty.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of, stay with the core Amaterasu theme. Give her a summery
Look at that
outfit,
skin.
you know.
Yeah, it's,
Does she pull out
it's a
the fucking
classy
sword?
summer outfit. You know,
Yep.
looks good.
I like this one.
Now, do the abilities change with this one too? I don't know what
Yes.
tier
Yes,
skin
there's-
these
yeah,
are. That's why I was
there's
checking with you because I've not checked
Updated
up on
effects
these.
and voice pack with this skin. Yeah.
Oh, fancy. Well, when Pompon's ready.
So if you want to be a little more ladylike, a little less samurai, you know.
Right. Yeah, Amaterasu, she's a leader and she's elegant, so this skin just really works well.
I agree.
It's just touches of class with her, really, is all you really
Yeah,
need.
They're good colors.
Morgan got the bikini
It's
skin.
a
you know,
really
that fits
good
Morgan better.
fucking
Amaterasu
too.
got the sundress.
That's right. She's a little classier than
Yeah.
Morgan.
I want to see the
Just
passive.
check with production real quick that the sound is louder for the viewers at home because it's quite quiet in my headset, but that's okay. If it's okay with me, as
No,
long
it's
as
quiet
the
as
stream
fuck.
can hear it, that's the main thing.
I like the mirror too, and I like how that's kind of reflected in the ground effects right there. Oh, and there's a flower too. You got to hit some targets there, Pon, so we can see the escalation.
Pompon doesn't hit targets. Have you seen him in a playtest?
Oh, I have. And he goes
Ooh.
20-0 with Thanatos.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's going to
he-
crush me next
he
time I
hits
play now.
targets.
He's just going to focus me in game because I said that.
We all have our good games and our bad games, but
So
I
we've
see a
got
little more pink
orange and
moved in.
pink theme
Yeah.
here. It's delicious.
Little
Tasty.
flowers too.
The mirror projectile, really cool.
Looks really solid. It's got a voice pack too, I believe.
like
so
the
we should have a
two.
listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the colors are all too similar.
Okay, there's
You're
more than
so
one.
cool. You're so cool. Oh, yeah. I'm just a ray of sunshine. Oh, you think you're cool, don't you? Socks and sandals? Really? Why didn't Ganesh buy a suitcase for his vacation? Because he already had
Oh
a
my
trunk.
I knew that was
man,
coming.
you could
I
tell
knew
it was coming.
Yep.
Why would Osiris not go on summer vacation? Because he is too afraid to relax and unwind. He is a mummy, get it?
Wow. with the joke sale, the explanation.
Get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out and take me to Moonlit Ranger Artemis is next up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so looking
I wanna
forward
see this
seeing what
animal,
skin looks
dude.
like, because on the card art, it looks amazing.
Yeah, he's like a...
He is kind of like a land shark type cave
I
monster.
like that term, yeah. Cave
Land
monster was
shark
kind of where we
cave monster.
started.
Okay, they're talking about the pet. I'm
What
like,
does that look
he.
like?
I
And
love
then
the
we
look of
ended
that.
up at
Isn't that a
Bo's
girl?
land
Aren't those
shark.
titties?
We're like, get us a cave monster that fits on the pig.
It's a
and
little
then-
bit reptilian, a little bit dinosauric.
So she's got a sort of an evil elf look to her, is how I would describe this.
That would be a pretty
Oh,
accurate
yeah.
description.
Was that the aim?
Yeah, pretty solid.
The aim.
Mm-hmm.
The aim? Get
Oh,
it?
look at her hair.
What's
Yeah,
up
she's got a
with
different,
Braids.
definitely different hairstyle too. So yeah, we wanted something that was very diverse from base Artemis in color scheme and overall appearance.
Ooh, I like the effects colors.
Ooh,
on it.
okay. Solid colors.
Yeah, there's
Man,
blue.
Oh, yeah.
purple and blue.
I
very
accept
nice.
the auto
It's
attack.
tasty.
Hello,
Auto attack's
okay.
up.
Good fucking colors, boys.
More mystical vines.
Yes,
Definitely.
mystical cave vines.
Classic empowered version.
Yep.
Yeah, the stim effects on the bow look cool.
And now one of my
Go to the
favorite
boar.
abilities up next. You ready?
No, fuck the
Just
three
'cause
to
it's
the board.
Suppress the insolent.
Yeah.
I like the colors.
You are so insolent too.
That
you
is-
know?
I
Yeah.
can't help it.
And that's-
That's why I'm hired here, I think, more than anything, to
'Cause
be
you're
slightly
infinite.
insolent.
You're also always suppressing those insolent people on Twitter and,
That's my-
and,
that's my
and
job.
Twitch and etc. So
Or
I'm the
AJ if
balance.
it's hot enough.
I get insolent sometimes.
So you can see the abilities actually being hit now as well. Just
Yeah,
to add
looks
to that.
good.
Good job, Pop, hitting abilities. It's good to see.
Getting molested by some vines there.
And then, well, is it really still called Tusky? Do we still call it Tusky? Is that a Caledonian
It's the
boar anymore?
Caledonian boar. Well,
That's
now
a
it's
weird.
mystic-
What the
What's
fuck?
next?
mystical cave beast, armadillo
It looks
cave
like a
beast.
Yeah.
Why does it look like
Why
a
did he
roly
He
poly?
just went over and started munching a cyclops.
Bro, it's a
Yeah,
roly
it's all
poly.
the gods, I guess. He pats
He's
back
showing
over
off.
to his
That's
neck.
why.
It's a roly poly.
Yeah, can you maybe cast him away from some stuff, Pon, so we can just like scope him
Yeah,
out a little
actually,
I don't know,
He'll-
put a
he
roly
does
poly
the
in the game.
classic
Yeah, he likes
sit
to run
down if you miss.
Yeah, he likes to run
The
around.
bane
a
of
bit, though.
all Artemis players is the sit down.
That looks amazing.
Oh, I really like this. Yeah.
Look at the size of it.
I love the armadillo scales shell. Really cool.
Yeah, it's like he has a little exoskeleton. Like,
Yeah,
don't want
yeah,
to mess
definitely.
with him.
That looks really
Not
really
gonna
good.
lie.
I really like that. He's got a voice pack too, I believe. Can I have a listen
I
to the
think
voice
this
pack?
skin is overhyped.
That was masterful. Woohoo! Outstanding. My skills are unmatched. You are not welcome here. Not while I draw breath. They're taking the halflings to Asgard, Woohoo! 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 How many dwarves does it take to light a torch? 3. 2 to bang their heads together, and 1 to catch the spark.
Yeah, some classic fantasy references in the jokes and taunts
Yes. Help me, please. Is it always just Tina who does all these top jokes and things? Or would you even admit it if it was you?
Me and Fish participate in a good bit of them.
And if they're bad, they just pretend it was
It's Tina.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it's the
You
same
know,
way.
it can be hard to tell if a joke's really going to land until you finally hear it in the final form. Sometimes it
You
even
can't
sounds.
use Tina as your scapegoat, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it sounds okay on paper and sounds bad in the booth and we change it on the fly. Sometimes it just doesn't work out according to plan, but most of the time I think they're pretty funny.
Well, it's time to move on to one of the longest skin names in the history of Smite. Earl Woobert St. Kongfrey Sun Wukong.
Let me help you with this.
Go on.
Woobert St. Kongfrey. You get the Wu Kong in his name. Woobert St. Kongfrey. So you get Wu Kong in his name. And all gentleman names have long, extravagant titles with...
Listen.
true.
All I know is this monkey's got a fez on,
He
and I'm
does.
happy.
Earl Woobert St. Kongfrey.
That's all I care about. He's got a fez, and he looks fantastic in that smoker's jacket.
He's chilling hard.
Damn, he looks
That
good.
jacket.
fuck?
Look at the silky
Yeah.
fabric.
God, this voice pack is this voice pack for me is going to be so important because it's like the perfect feel for it.
And his fez dangle even sways. He's got a very expensive looking staff and some
The
fancy
heck?
pants.
And the glasses.
I really like that because generally you are chilling when you're playing Sun Wukong. So
Yeah, did you see the glasses kind of get that reflection there too for a bit? That was nice.
good. So Jingle Bang.
Oh, money.
Delayed. Why does it look like there's a disconnect?
He's rich.
He is. Yeah, these gentlemen skins are generally a little...
He should
love
lose
the,
gold as he does that.
They're a
just
little
so you know.
pompous and arrogant and
Little flashy.
standoffish and wealthy.
I love the bump offset when he smashes the ground too.
What's a bump offset
The
check?
bump
Just for
offset pushes the pixels down in an illusionary way to make the crack look like it goes into the ground.
Oh, very nice.
Heck,
There's
you
some
sick.
technical
See?
art learning for
That
you guys.
looks really good. I did see as well. Okay, so we get to see all the forms of the transformation. He's still got his fez on. That's the most
yes.
important thing.
All
there.
of the animals wearing hats.
Hats.
And
Okay,
that was
that's
shown in
pretty
our
cool.
Spoiler art.
Hell yeah.
Tiger with a hat on.
Just running around in the fez
Yes.
all day. that's
Ox
not
with
so
the
bad.
hat on.
And then when you
Bird
need to
with a
escape,
tiny hat on.
a bird with a
So I can just buy a fez now and cosplay. I'm quite happy. I can now wear a fez because we've got it in the game. I'm like, yeah, I'm just cosplaying.
Now you can.
God, that jacket is so perfect.
Yes, it is. I need one.
It's a baller jacket for sure.
Now, obviously,
I'm just hyped over the
It's a
voice
classic
pack now.
Chinese coin. Yeah.
riches.
He's
And
a
I like
very
the
wealthy Sun Wukong.
Cha-ching.
Let's have a listen to the voice pack that goes along with this skin then.
Oh, yes! Good day! I am unmatched! You have potential! Now listen here, you primordial imbeciles! Observe my boomstick! Flattered, truly, but frankly, my dear, I'm not interested. You know they're working class when their TV is bigger than their bookcase. People tell me I'm condescending. That means I talk down to people.
I like this pack.
Yeah, it's good.
I like the jokes.
It's not a bad
My
pack.
I like
favorite.
stuff. I'm
Not a
flattered,
bad
but
voice pack.
Not interested.
And he has a very
Well, next up is going to be
condescending tone.
Dragonkin Scardy. This one is going to be part of the adventure.
Oh, this one's supposed to be
behind
pretty
the
good.
Vault door for you guys
Let's
at
see.
home to have a look at. And I believe it's Pablo Leon was very excited about this one, AJ.
Oh yeah, I mean we've been wanting to do some more skins. We kind of experimented a little bit with Uller a little ways back with kind of this, dragon's armor, and then we Scotty. We've always wanted to turn Calder into something a little bit more than a type of canine. So we turned him into
wow.
more of this kind
Damn.
of dragon beast. And here you can see him in his elemental ethereal form, and when he starts fighting, he'll gain
Damn.
the black scales and golden horns of the Scotty armor.
So Chuck, how difficult is it to actually try and remodel? It looks like does that require a whole remodel to do this sort of skin, to have the Calder change complete form?
So it is a little tricky. We try to keep the anatomy somewhat on the dog, and then animation has to go through and do stuff,
Sure.
right, to get the dragon dog to work. But we try to be very careful about it, and try to make the craziest thing we
Colors
can that
are
still
good.
sticks on the animations. So
Look at that. That's awesome.
it took a little bit of doing, but it's pretty awesome.
It's all fire focused, as you can see by the auto attacks.
Right.
Too. You can see the glowing, flaming spears now.
Yeah, they look great.
And didn't you call Calder something different in this
Yes,
skin?
in all of Scotty's
is he?
voice packs, she calls Calder by a different
He
name.
has
So he's the
another
Saint
name.
Bernard. I think his name is Bernard, and here his name is now Smolder.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's a cool
That's
name.
perfect.
Yes.
I like
so
that.
Calder being
See, so
I
you
kind
can
of
see
wish
now
he
in
changed
his-
into a
his
different color rather than
dragon
just solid
form.
like
Well,
the
he's
It'd be a
dragon.
bit tough to see because he's chomping on that Odin.
True.
He's not as
He's like a
badass.
glowing dragon form, though, isn't he? It's like his wings are on the way.
But yeah, he's a wingless.
Oh,
dragon,
wow.
Really.
All right, that's awesome.
Ooh,
I think it's not often that I do that, but I really hate when I go, ooh, because I'm just like, ooh, that looks fancy.
that looks nice.
Some slidey lava rocks.
Oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of
That
goes
same
away
thing
from the
where
theme, though, of
depending on where
like
you
ice.
cast
The
it,
good
you
news
get
is
slightly different cracks.
That still works with Scotty, just because when you step on molten lava, you've got
I
to
guess
go
you
all
run
the way
faster,
down.
right?
And,
Yeah.
and obsidian is slippery. You know, it's a slippery
true.
rock.
It's a lava
I'm sure
flow.
it-
A lava flow.
That's true. Your feet are melting, though, as you're flowing. But
Hey, it does
Slippery.
damage.
Yeah, it does.
it does do damage, indeed.
Quite a bit.
And then, obviously, we do have the ultimate as
Bye-bye,
well.
Odin.
Oh, does he go for it? Where's he
Yeah.
gone?
Bots
He's
will-
in peace.
When you force a bot to move, they just never stop. He's just going to keep running across
Sounds
the
like
world.
my ranked teammates.
Oh.
Hey!
Rip.
The Dark Cinder Field.
Nice little whirlpool around it, too.
Yeah, really cool.
Nice. Now, obviously, it comes with a voice pack, too. So
Sure
we can
does.
have a nice little listen to that.
Woo! Excellent. We do all the work. Does it look like I fear you? You're worthy. Stay a while. Smolder is excited to meet you. I don't need a man. My dragon loves me, is loyal, and actually listens when I ask it to. I am the mother of dragons. The other one's just a wannabe.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Look, Calder kind of grows with you when you laugh. That's fun.
So that's the Scotty one. It's going to be available as one of the gold key purchases behind the vault. But the one that you can get from the new adventure startup, the Corrupted Arena, is going to be Dragon's Rage Kukulkan if you purchase the bundle.
Full-on Dragon Kukulkan.
He's a
I love it.
freaking...
Isn't he
Trash is
already a
very
dragon,
dragony.
though? Like, what?
It feels that way. I can see it.
We really wanted to go with a traditional kind of Western fantasy dragon look for the old Kukulkan.
The Okada looks
It is pretty
fantastic.
funny
I'm
how they
just
do
hoping it
reference a
doesn't
lot
go
of movies
any-
and
Oh,
shows
yes, it
and
does.
stuff with the voice pack.
He even has arms.
Okay.
Arms and legs.
He looks
Arms.
awesome.
Look at his arms.
He sure does.
They're right there.
Bro, he
I
looks
just
awesome.
realized he can now buy boots.
What the fuck? Show me what he actually looks
It's
like
actually
when you're playing him.
anatomically quite different from base Kukulkan.
Show me the
He
view.
took some extra work
Yes,
from the
he's got-
modeling.
he's
and
Bro, how
animation.
did they make
Sometimes
this look
of
cool? I thought this was
appendages.
gonna
Had
be
to do a lot
boring.
of work for this one.
And he
We're
has-
really happy with how it turned out.
Other appendages that he used to have that are now gone.
Oh
No,
my
it's
god.
4 wings.
Look at
or even
those.
more.
Is
Like,
he
how many
asleep
wings
now?
do
Is
you
that what you're trying to tell me? That's why I was confused. Nope, no one got the joke.
I
I'm sure
missed
stream
it.
will.
Bro, he takes up
I said,
less
is he
room
asleep
too. He's a
now
little bit
because he's losing
smaller.
appendages?
Oh, ouch.
That's what I said.
Oh,
Yes.
We were following the theme quite clearly, so I just thought I'd keep going
Wow,
anyway.
show me the 3, dude.
You should help Tina write
Just
the
because
joke.
we have dragons spawn.
The
That's
effects look
nice.
great too.
Yeah, this is actually one of the best skins they've
Oh, the
released in a
tornadoes
long
will
time.
lie.
Whoosh,
That's-
whoosh, whoosh,
that's
dragon.
important.
Got a fire.
That looks painful.
Ooh. I like that secondary
this is
spiral.
so
around
good.
The other one there, Chuck.
The flame tornado.
I just want to see what it looks like when it fades. Yeah, that was really cool. So you can clearly see where
Oh
someone's been hit
my
by that. And then
gosh.
finally, Spirit of the Nine Winds.
Dragon of the 9 Winds.
All
Can
right,
we rename that too? Oh, wow,
No,
that
we
dragon looks
didn't
perfect
amazing.
skin,
It just
dude.
looks. It's just yeah.
They
it
didn't
looks
mess
like
up
Kukulkan
anything.
all
Hopefully the
times
voice
when
pack
you
isn't
skin that
ass
model
like one of the
here.
ones where it doesn't
Reminds
actually
me
say
of a certain
words.
scene from a certain show. That's all I'm going to say.
There was lots of dragons and lots of things before that show. You
Sure,
know?
but I'm just like, that's just in my
It
brain
is,
because of
you're
what
right.
just happened.
Spoilers.
I don't
13
care.
months
guys.
glad they are giving
Because of what just
skins
happened
to bad
recently.
gods.
Nothing special happened.
Dude,
Don't
you know
you
it's
worry.
not bad. You're
Haven't seen it
crazy.
I don't care.
I haven't
Have
seen
you
it yet. No.
That was a spoil anyway.
She's too busy.
There's
helping.
dragons in the show.
It's
I'm
okay.
not sure
I'm-
what this recent cultural reference you're making is.
Wait, we need to shut up now because Pampa says to be quiet. Hindi spoil. I'm not spoiling.
He's
I'll
trying
still
to do the
enjoy it
voice
when
pack,
I see it.
and you're talking.
Your claws are mighty.
I love this voice back already.
That is awesome.
My scales are impenetrable. I look forward to scraping you off the bottom of my foot. I can rip you apart faster than you can blink. What's red and has claws all over it? You and your friends.
Nice.
I merely chew to scare them, but never swallow. I prefer gods.
Okay.
Looks
His
awesome.
laughs, the way he
Sounds
laughs
even
is
better
pretty
in
funny.
live.
The laugh animation is
Yeah,
pretty
I like
sweet,
the
too.
animation.
Do the
That's
clap
dope.
again? I didn't see that. Sorry.
The laugh.
Oh, the laugh animation.
Ooh, the Kukulkan jump looks really dope on this guy.
He looks
Snake jump.
Oh yeah.
fantastic. Well, on to the next game. There's only 2 remaining. We've got mastery skins for Sun Wukong, but not just that. We've got this
Okay,
black
Now-
boy.
you guys, no, look
this
at the
is too
bottom
much
of the
for me.
card art. Do you recognize those people?
We think it's Savannah and Amanda.
It is, and David, all 3 of us.
I believe someone on Twitter even pointed that out.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't looked yet,
Please.
but
Wait,
Who's
where's
who?
David in the middle?
he's in the middle. And
Oh, okay.
when you look at the key art, every person in the audience is one of us 3. Our artist took pictures of us and painted
That's
over us.
crazy. That's awesome.
It
Look
came
at
out so
that.
cool.
That's nice.
Fabulous Chiron.
So
Where
now
did the
I'm going
idea?
to point out we had plenty of badass skins this patch, kids.
Look at the sparkles.
This is a badass
But
skin.
not everybody likes skulls and dragon armor.
That's
No.
true. We want to make sure we
That's
get
right.
something
Some
for everyone.
people like rainbows and
You can be
unicorns.
sassy and badass.
Why does he have a handprint on his ass?
Oh, he's fierce.
He's
That's
got
the
a
word I
bag
would use.
full of butterflies. I
butterflies
did
just
not
flying
even see
out?
that until just now.
His bag's just sparkling.
It's
Yeah.
butterflies.
He
got
has
a
his
bag
magic
full of
satchel from his
butterflies.
passive. That is
That's- okay.
rainbow butterflies.
I'm so scared about this voice pack before I even hear it, but so far, like...
Those
Look
rainbow
at the
shots.
rainbow
They're so
shots.
good.
Okay.
This idea happened, and then half the people in the company in the room freaked out, and they were like, "What? I don't know about this."
It took a couple iterations to
know.
get it looking really
We
good.
know.
It did.
Can we just do that again for the quick? I want the noise.
That's pretty cool.
Teacher.
Rainbow shots.
With
Masterful.
the stars, yes.
Masterful.
That's I've got nothing to say. I'm just in awe right now. So I'm enjoying it.
so rainbowy.
That's great.
I'm just jealous I didn't buy my own unicorn horn so I can match David for Patch Note Show.
I mean, you're not going to be ahead
He's
of him
gotta
on fashion
Can you
accessories.
rotate the
You're
camera
not gonna do it.
enough for us to really appreciate that?
Oh my goodness. Look at the rainbows. If you didn't know where Chiron was, you'll see him now in the
And
distance.
look at his smoky feet. He produces pink smoke wherever he goes.
It is truly a fantastic, fabulous skin.
Fabulous.
Check out these projectiles.
Whoa, that's a massive fucking ultimate.
Oh,
That show
sweet
off.
penta.
See that again.
Thanks.
When you see these giant rainbow arrows flying towards you on the battleground, it is terrifying.
Beautiful and terrifying.
This looks great. I really do like the look of this.
Beautiful
I think it's awful. I want to vomit every time I see it, but I'm vomiting with a smile on my face.
Vomiting
you know?
rainbows,
Some
like
people
the Snapchat
can't handle
filter.
that many colors. We understand. But
I know. I'm just not used to it. Black
I
and
love
black
the-
and evil is all I'm
full
used to.
range of colors
I love the
available.
projectiles so much.
Let's get the voice
It
back.
does come with a voice pack, and like we said earlier, David
scared.
and Tina wrote this voice pack. So we'll have a nice listening to all the innuendo you could possibly muster
was
into a single voice pack.
It was so much fun sitting in the cube listening to them go back and forth with
Oh, yeah.
ideas. It was like the happiest day in the office.
Okay, let's go, Palm.
Yes! Yes!
David is dancing in the background.
He's very happy.
Call me Daddy. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen.
Yes, Queen.
It's rude to stare. I don't know her. From Monday to Friday, my body is a temple. From Friday to Sunday, a ruin. I like my men like I like my cream. wit.
Whew.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. We
That's a voice pack.
We made that, you guys.
We did make that.
And now,
Doesn't
Dream Daddy was not even a thing
It wasn't,
when
that's
we decided
is
to do this. I'm just pointing that out.
That's true.
I
That
mean,
is true.
realistically, Chuck, the turnaround time for a skin normally takes quite a while, doesn't it?
It's pretty long.
Oh yeah,
it takes a
months,
while.
months.
Like, we come way ahead of time. But
Those rainbows are
that's
amazing.
Chiron.
Yes, they're so cool.
Going to be available in the next patch. I'm sure we're going to be seeing plenty of Chirons in the Dura lane, especially with the Hunter buffs too. We'll see how that
He's
works
been
out.
popular even before that.
I know,
Whether
for
you're
sure.
legitimately enjoying it or trolling,
Too much.
it's your
Everyone's having
choice.
fun.
We're all gonna enjoy just having him running around.
I just want him to call me daddy, that's all. Next up, Sun Wukong Mastery Skins is the last thing to show you guys. We are
one
going through our
cares.
usual updates of the Mastery Skins. And
Is it a
Sun Wukong
skin
turn.
or is it a skin?
That guy who won't stop tweeting me, we made the Sun Wukong Mastery skins already.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks.
there's
It's
someone
cool.
there's someone for
Thumbs
every
up.
god that
There
just
is.
tweets us every single patch. When
Where
are the
is it?
masteries? When are the
Yeah.
masteries? It's
Bro,
like,
I don't know what's
as
happening.
fast as we can. We're sorry.
Wow, Sun Wukong, here we go. There you go.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
I'm
it
sure
does look
plays.
amazing.
It does.
though.
It
I mean,
looks great.
I so much prefer this style that we went for, though, than the
Of course.
everybody is gold.
Yes.
Like their
Sort of feel.
skin.
It's like they'd all been had the Midas touch. That was all that happened
Yes.
the whole time.
Well,
So.
we've got. That's
we're
a
making
long
good
story.
progress, but we're making good progress. That's all that matters.
Well, here's a look at the legendary as well, the black and gold. My favorite is definitely the black and gold.
Oh yeah.
Bro, this thing should just be
Always
like updates, not fucking
It
patch
looks
notes.
great. And then finally, last but not least, we do have the diamond one as well. Because diamonds are forever.
And so is Sun Wukong because he's really hard to kill.
Yeah, he,
Yes.
you know, he is.
Great balancing, AJ.
His mobility is a unique facet from the warrior
So
class.
are you
I never
saying you
noticed
think
what was on
Sun
his leg.
Wukong is in the top
The
10?
dragon fucking
win
mouths
rate?
or
I
whatever.
don't know. I don't know.
He's not.
I'd say he is.
Well,
I'd
I do like the color on the
answer, but I'm
back,
not gonna
the
say it,
like
so let's
lighter teal,
It's either I'm wrong or Chuck's wrong. Neither of us want to be wrong.
aqua, whatever
But that's it for
fucking color it
skins.
is.
That's all the skins we have time for this week. That's a lot of skins, though. And
Solid skins. Solid skins this
we'll,
patch.
yeah, we'll end
Some
on that
summer.
diamond ox. or
Diamond,
whatever that was.
Diamond Ox.
Indeed. Well, before I let you go, we've still got a bit of a Q&A session. I'm going to have
Yeah.
AJ stay alongside.
Oh.
Pam's about to join me. But before we do that, Hi-Res Expo tickets. The early bird tickets are still
Get
on
your
sale right now.
tickets.
Save 25%.
Go to
on your
Worlds,
tickets at Hi-Res Expo.
Hi-Res
So you'll be able to get that for
Expo.
yourself.
Go to
AJ, you're
Worlds.
going?
It's
of
awesome.
course.
You better be.
Yeah.
You better
Of course
be.
they're
I think I
going.
have
He
to.
fucking
You have
makes
to
the
because
game
but I also want to
Hindu.
apologize for that
But
Kyron
I'm
skin that just
going.
came out.
This is
Apologize.
what matters.
We will
I will be
apologize for
there.
that.
Not just the
Come
Hi-Res Expo ticket, we've also got
and
a full
hang
split
out.
pass as well. Make sure that you get that for the season.
I don't know about the
Available
fall
for
split
1.1
pass.
for you, unlock for
That's up to
400
you.
gems.
That's your
You can go
call,
on all the
not
SPL
mine.
action that's about to take place in fall and potentially get yourself that fantastic new scientist.
I already stood
Cupid
next to
skin as
AJ? I
well.
don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a fun scientist. And then we've also got, as David mentioned earlier, the weekend event, 2x Failure and Triumphant chests are going to be available for you guys as well. And not only that, we've got 50% off the Midnight Dove, Awilix, and Fallen Lord Chrono skins too.
Wait, why is it
And
cheaper
last
now?
but not least, in terms of promotional
What
things,
the
just to
fuck?
mention, we also are going
Or
to
was it cheaper
PAX
before?
very, very soon. PAX West.
PAX West?
In Seattle. I'll be there along with a few other staff members. Any of you guys going? Do you know?
I don't think so. It's a community team, some Hand of the
Why is
Gods,
Hindu going?
some Paladins.
It's mainly Hand of the Gods and a few other things that are going to be there.
They're not
At
doing
PAX will be there
Smite
in attendance,
because they
and,
don't give
keep
a
an eye on
fuck about
social media
Smite
for who's
anymore.
going to be there in attendance. I
Low-key.
will be going. I'll confirm that now for you.
We got
I'm
some
gonna
great
go.
codes and cards and stuff to get out there, so definitely stop by the Smite booth. Like
Lots.
really cool stuff.
Lots and lots of free swag for safety for you guys as well. So time to just round out the end of the show, and we've been asking for this to come back potentially for a little while, is the Q&A session.
Yeah.
And this Q&A session, like we've not done it for
That is it.